Greetings, YouTube! The Doctor is in, and today we are talking about the spell Vortex Warp. This is one of my favorite spells, and I am giving it an A-. The only reason I'm not giving it an A is because it's a con save. So, but we're giving it an A-. It is an awesome spell. Everybody knows I like these control spells, and this is probably one of the best ones. And it doesn't really lose any of its utility over time. Okay, so it's a second level spell. It's usable by sorcerers, wizards, and artificers. Warlocks are not included in there. Clerics, druids are not included in there. But it's no bards either. But it's essentially the base arcane classes. So it's a one action, which is great. It has a range of 90 feet. Great range. It has a verbal and somatic component. So we know material component. It's a con save. That's the only bad part about it. A lot of creatures have high constitutions or high con saves, so they will be difficult to affect with this because of that. But there are ways around that. Okay, so you magically twist space around another creature you can see within range. The target has to make a Constitution saving throw. The target can choose to fail because you can target your companions and your compadres, your party members. So this has a dual effect. You can move party members away from danger, or you can move enemies into danger, and that's the big thing here. So, or the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of your choice that you can see within range. The space must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze. So, essentially, you can't put the target over, like, thin air. You can't put the target over, like, the edge of a cliff. Or you can't put the target over the middle of a pit. But you can put them on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze. So, it doesn't say that liquid can't be dangerous. Lava is a liquid. The chosen space must be on a surface or in a liquid that can support the target without the target having to squeeze. So you could put somebody next to the cliff that's 1,000 feet high. You can put somebody next to the 50-foot deep pit with the poisonous rusty spikes at the bottom. And if you work with your party or you understand how members of your party work, some of those people will have abilities that can push or pull targets in specific directions, which is where this comes in. Now, the other thing I said is that you can target your party members too. So if you've got a party member who is down, and you've got a creature that's getting ready to attack them, and they're dying. They're still a creature. They're not dead. You can target them. They can choose to fail their saving throw, and then you can move them into safety. You could teleport them next to the cleric, where the cleric could heal them. So there's all kinds of possibilities with that. You can upcast this spell as well, so it gets even better. When you cast this spell using a 3rd level or higher slot, the range of the spell increases by 30 feet. 30 feet. So if I cast this as a 3rd level spell, it has a range of 120 feet. I mean, it just gets better and better and better. The only downside of this, like I said, is the con save. So I do want to look at a couple of other things that can work with this. So this is usable by sorcerers, but if you are a Sorlock, and I have a Sorlock character who has used this in the past, and that Sorcerer Warlock character has Repelling Blast. Here it is right here. So, as a sorcerer, I can quicken this spell, and then I can blast them with Repelling Blast. So I can quicken the spell, move them to a point that I want that's going to be dangerous, but next to something dangerous, and then I can push them. One of the other great things that this spell can be used, that is Vortex Warp, can be used with in addition is you can put, because it says they have to be on a surface. So what happens if you cast, and it doesn't require any concentration, so it's an instantaneous spell. So you could have cast a Cloud Kill. You could have cast a Spike Growth. You could have cast a Moonbeam, something like that. And you can teleport them into that as long as they're on a surface. So you can teleport them into very hazardous, dangerous areas as long as there's a surface. Because it doesn't say anything about them not going into a dangerous area. So the other thing, in addition to quickening this spell and causing it to go off as a bonus action, you can twin this spell because it targets a creature. You can twin this. So when you cast a spell that targets only one creature and doesn't have a range of self, you can spend a number of points equal to the spell's level, which is 2, to target a second creature. You could target one of your party members and an enemy if you twin this spell and move them around the way that you want, which is just awesome. Another thing you could use with this spell is you could heighten this spell. And that's going to force the creature that's trying to make that saving throw to have disadvantage, thus improving your chances of getting that creature to move to the place that you want. Now, you can only put one metamagic on at a time. You can't put multiple ones on, unfortunately, but there are so many possibilities for this spell. I love this spell. I think it's great. I'm giving it an A-. I would give it an A if it wasn't a Constitution saving throw, but that's what it is. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you have any questions or comments, leave a question or comment, and I will catch everybody later.